Now for this rather strange story where a woman who fell in love with a man from Greater Noida, a Pakistani woman fell in love with a man from Greater Noida, and this happened over a video game called PubG. She fell in love and they decided to get married. The woman came all the way from Pakistan to Greater Noida to get married with her 4 children. Now, while it appears to be a love story, it raises a number of questions. And a great number of questions on how did she actually get here. Now, she may have done it out of love. But the point is, why and how did this escape so many agencies? And while she, as we are repeating, she did it out of love, what if a terrorist does this for a nefarious design? To plan a terrorist attack? Who will ask and who will answer all these questions? Let me introduce Major General P.K. Sehgal. He's a defense expert, and Brinda Adige, social and women rights activist. And before I come to the two of you, let's quickly take a look at the reactions that came in when the police was able to detect that Seema is in Greater Noida and she is a Pakistani.
सूचना मिली थी कि एक पाकिस्तानी महिला 4 बच्चों के साथ घूम रही है। तत्काल पुलिस टीम गठित करके उसकी तलाश की गई थी और फाइनली रघुपुरा पुलिस द्वारा उस महिला को ट्रेस कर लिया गया है। शुरुआती पूछताछ में उस महिला का नाम सीमा गुलाम हैदर है, जो पबजी के माध्यम से सचिन पुत्र नेत्रपाल निवासी रघुपुरा के संपर्क में आई थी और उसी के साथ रहने के लिए नेपाल के जरिए भारत आई थी। इस संबंध में विस्तृत पूछताछ की जा रही है और अन्य एजेंसियों को भी इसमें सूचित कर दिया गया है।
पाकिस्तान से आप कितनी तारीख को चली सीमा?
मुझे डेट याद नहीं, मुझे बहुत कुछ समय हो गया।
अच्छा, और कितना टाइम आपको पाकिस्तान से चल के हिंदुस्तान पहुंचने में? 4 दिन 5 दिन कितने दिन लगे?
कुछ दिन लगे।
ये बताइए कि पबजी खेलना आपको अच्छा लगता था? और पबजी में कितने घंटे बातचीत होती थी आपकी?
हमारे पबजी में हम पबजी खेला करते 2 से 3 घंटे साथ।
अरे भाई सीमा, आप नेपाल से कैसे भारत आ गए?
थोड़ा सा गैप दे दो यार प्लीज।
बस से आई थी तो नेपाल में आपकी मदद किसने की थी? और सचिन से नेपाल से आते वक्त आपकी बात हुई थी? रास्ता बताया था उसने कैसे आना है?
आपको आने का रास्ता किसने बताया था? किसने गाइड किया था?
मैंने YouTube से वहीं सर्च करा था।
YouTube पे देख करके?
आपके भाई पाकिस्तानी आर्मी में है?
नहीं सर।
नहीं।
आपने जमीन बेची थी क्या आने के लिए? आपने जमीन बेची थी क्या?
आपके पति को पता है आप इंडिया में हैं? आपके परिवार में किसी को पता है आप इंडिया में हैं?
नहीं, अब तो पढ़ गए।
किसी को नहीं।
अब क्या आगे क्या प्लान था, कहाँ रहने होने का? आगे क्या प्लान था रहने का?
अब जो सरकार आज्ञा देगी वही तो होगा।
अच्छा, तो प्यार अभी भी करते रहोगे?
हाँ, प्यार अब भी करता हूँ। हम बहुत प्यार करते हैं आपस में।
सरकार से क्या मांग कर रहे हो?
सरकार से ये मांग कर रहे हैं कि हमारी शादी करा दें, हमारा घर बसे, बस मांग ये।
Brinda Adige, I want to bring you in here. In a situation like this, what should one do? I mean, of course, there are questions to the agency. For instance, a number of agencies, I will ask Major General Sehgal about it, like the Sashastra Seema Bal, the Border Security Force, Central Intelligence, UP Police. I mean, they have to answer. This may be a case of love. But, I mean, if it is so easy to come from Pakistan to Greater Noida, then what does one say? Brinda Adige, how do we deal with this situation?
This particular situation, I think we need to look at it as a case that, like she speaks of, that she's in love with somebody, got to know about him through PubG. She's come with all her children, all her 4 children. She sold her property to come and live with him here. Now, the manner in which she came, yes, you need to ask all the agencies and the loopholes that somebody like her has found out and put some terrorists.
So this case must be handled sympathetically, is the point that you're making.
Absolutely. On humanitarian grounds, I think she must be considered with her family, with her children, and the man over here who is willing to marry her and live with her. And I think the government needs to then ask her to make the applications in whatever format that is to be required for her to get the permission to stay here. Okay. So I don't think we should rule out humanitarian grounds at all. Sympathy, totally.
Yes, sympathy totally, but Major General Sehgal, serious security implications. I mean, we understand this situation and it should be dealt with all the kindness in one's heart. But if she can do it for love, some person with nefarious designs and intent can do it to wreak havoc as well. How did so many agencies miss this?
It's a very, very critical question that you asked and very important from the security point of view. She travels all the way by air from Karachi to Dubai and then by air to Kathmandu. There she obtains Nepali visas and travels by bus to India. At the crossing point at the border, she claims to be a Hindu lady and only mentions her first name. Very astonishingly, the security personnel there do not check the documents. Had they checked the documents, they would have known that she's Seema Ghulam Haider, and that she had 5 Pakistani passports, and that she was a Pakistani woman who was entering India illegally. The very fact that she was able to enter India absolutely illegally via Nepal route, clearly, and thereafter travel all the way to Delhi and to Greater Noida, indicates huge amount of security lapse on part of all the security agencies.
What agencies, according to you, need to answer over here?
First and foremost, the UP police who was there, the SSB who was there, as BSF may not be in that area because that area.
Yeah, this is the Nepal border, correct. This is the Sashastra Seema border.
SSB. It is being patrolled by the SSB and not by the BSF. So BSF is not involved here, but definitely the UP security agencies.
And how about central agencies? Intelligence
Central
Bureau?
agencies would come into play only had they got to know of it. Had they not got to know of it, they should have got to know of it when she came in Delhi. She's been living illegally without being noticed that she's a Pakistani girl for almost 1 month. It's only when they approached a lawyer for marriage purposes that the lawyer alerted the police. Had the lawyer not alerted the police, nobody would have ever known. We are fortunate that it is not a case of honey trap. She could have been pushed in by the ISI.
Right.
She claims that her brothers in the army. It could have been a very major intent of the ISI.
Huge security implications over here, as Major General Sehgal is talking about. But Brinda Adige is also right. Now that she is here, and we know the intention, and this has been detected, one has to deal with this case with a great degree of sympathy. Thank you very much for joining us. But huge security implications. Now ask yourself this question: what if a terrorist did the same? He would have passed through all the checks and balances and reached on the border of New Delhi. Stay with us for all the latest news and updates.